Season number 1 as the Paris FC manager saw us finishing 11th in the league. However, we were just a couple of results away from qualifying for an European competition, and until the last month of this first season we were actually in the battle for Europa League, Conference League or Champions League, but we lost 4 out of our last 4 games in the league, which meant we fell down the competition or the table a little bit. But it doesn't matter, or it does matter. It would be nice to have European football in season number 2, but let's try to get that in qualify for it in season number 2 and get it in season number 3. And as we can see, our current budget is just under 30 million euros, so we don't have too much money to sign players with. So we got to be smart with how we use the money, and I am going to go pretty in depth to find the right players for the team, because we of course need to find a new right back as Traore is leaving the club, and I want someone who is good going forward, because we are of course using Traore in a pretty attacking role. He plays like a midfielder in the team, and therefore we would need a good player to replace him with, because he was good in the games we played earlier, because he had decent passing and dribbling and pace, but because he's now 34 years old, he went down like 4 ratings. I do believe his stats have gone down as well. And we also want to sign a new centre back, because we only have 3 centre backs in the team, and Mbo isn't the fastest player, and because our right back will go a lot forward, we need a fast right centre back as well. So let's see if we can find a new right back and a new right centre back. Traore has left the club, and he has made a good impact on the team. He was of course brilliant in the games we played last season. He showed his class, but it's time for his experience to move into a different team, because we want someone that can make our right back spot their own, as Traore is leaving Paris FC and moving to La Liga side Getafe for 2.5 million. And the player I want to target for that right back spot is a player that isn't a right back. Actually, he is a central midfielder, but his stats just suits that right back spot perfectly for the way we want to play, as he is a false back, which means that he will play like a midfielder when we have the ball. And Yunus Musa has got the pace, as we can see, 88 pace, and yeah, he has some insane stats: 91 sprint speed, 86 acceleration, good stamina, good aggression, good jumping. So he just fits this team perfectly. He's also good on the ball, decent with his ball at the feet as well. So he just suits that right back spot perfectly. So let's go and sign Yunus Musa. And here is our new right back. Hopefully it won't take too long of time to develop him into a right back. As we can see, Yunus Musa is now a Paris FC player, as we signed him for a fee of just 12.5 million from AC Milan. And look at that, it will just take 4 weeks for Musa to become a right back. So I guess he will actually go up in rating as well if we are lucky. I said I wanted a fast player to play as the right centre back, and I found the perfect one. It is Saul Koko, and look at that, 84 pace, 6'2", right-footed, so he is a right centre back as well. 79 defending, 79 physical, and he's also pretty cheap. We can get him for around 15 million euros, which suits our budget perfectly. And he has also got a playstyle in block, which is decent, I guess, but he's got crazy shot power to be a centre back. He's got good defensive awareness, good stand tackle. He actually can hit it from a long range as well, decent heading accuracy. But the stats we were after is the acceleration and sprint speed. 80 acceleration and 89 sprint speed, while also having 88 jumping and 82 strength. So he is just a perfect player for that right centre back spot. And Saul Koko is actually our last piece of business we will do this summer. So not the busiest of transfer window, with just 1 sale and 2 signings. However, I'm very, very happy with the 2 signings we made. I went into the stats of the players. I wanted an attacking right back and I wanted a pacey right centre back, and Saul Koko fits that pacey centre back perfectly, as we signed him from Torino for 15 million euros. So this is how we line up going into the first season, and we have already played a game. I think it was against Stade Brest, and we actually won that one, and Lee Melo has already got himself suspended. But the reason I waited for the first game to be played is because I wanted to see if Musa would actually go up in rating when we change his position to a right back, but he didn't. He stayed at 76, but it won't take too many weeks before he actually is 77 rated. But yeah, Encabadio is now our first choice goalkeeper. The 23-year-old French goalkeeper is actually in favor of Kevin Trapp, who is on the way down of his career. So a good way to just chill on the Paris bench as being a backup option. Musa, of course, 76 rated, but his stats are just a lot better than a 76 rated player. His stats are just phenomenal. Coco as well, his stats are also just brilliant. I'm so happy with these two signings, and a way I found them as well. Just wanted pace down that right hand side, and a player that could also play in the middle for the right back spot. So very happy with that. Otavio is still here. He's now 77 rated. Sangui, our weakest player in terms of rating, but he's just 20 years old and 72 rated. So hopefully he will grow this season. Lemelo is still here. He will be replaced next summer as he's now 33 years old, but he will give us one last good season hopefully, although we got a red card in the first game, which isn't ideal. Lopez is the captain, 28 years old, 76 rated, and Atta, who was one of our signings last year, has just grown immensely now up to 78 rated, so he has been phenomenal for us. Kebal on the right, 77 rated. Simon on the left, he's now 31 years old, so we don't have too many years left of him, but he's 78 rated. And Mathis Tell is 81 rated, but just 21 years old, so hopefully he can have another great season here at Paris FC. And our bench is also looking pretty solid with some alright players in the reserves as well. But let's just simulate a little bit and then find the perfect game to show if we are now a much better team that we were last season. And the team we will take on is Lens, who are leading the league in real life, but now they are 12th in the league, so they have had a poor first 5 games. We have had, in terms of position on the table, we are actually where we want to be in around the qualifications to European football. After 5 games we have 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss. Next up is Lens, who are 12th of course, so it's not a crucial game yet, but if we win here we can move a little bit up the table, which would be ideal. And PSG have started the league perfectly with 5 games and 5 wins. But next up is Lens, of course, so not the easiest of games, especially as it is away from home, but hopefully we can get the 3 points back to Paris. And we can already see what our plan is with Musa. It is for him to join the attack when we have the ball, and he has done very well despite just being 6 minutes into the game. He's already making some good movements, however we couldn't find him right there. Musa with a good ball to Kebal. Musa making the run, he's got a lot of space here. Yunus Musa with the cross to Mathis Tell. Mathis Tell shoots, Coffee with the save. Can we create something from the corner? Otavio wins it, however he can't get a good header on it. Mathis Tell, we have some room here, especially if we can find Simon down the left. The pass is alright by Tell to Moses Simon, who finds Lemelo in the middle. Lemelo to Musa. Musa to Tell. Mathis Tell, he's got everything for him to be a world-class player. The shot is unfortunately blocked. And now Lens on the attack. Otavio against Sotriano. Sotriano finds Thomasen. Sal Coco tries to tackle him, but Thomasen gets past him, but Otavio wins it. But that pass is just awful. So now Lens are on the attack again. Sima against Musa. Yunus Musa is also doing everything right when it comes to the defensive part. Can he win this header as well? He can't, but they aren't attacking now, so we got the dangerous part away from this attack, hopefully. But Lens are not giving up here. Sotriano to Sangare, and Lens have scored the leading goal. The first goal of the game is scored by Sangare, and Lens are leading 1-0. Simon to Mathis Tell. Can he get a better shot off this time? Straight at Coffee once again. Lopez with the corner kick to Mathis Tell. Tell passes it to Coco, who has a shot. Another save by Coffee. Otavio Lemelo to Atta. Can he try his luck outside the box? And can Lens avoid the massive pressure we are putting on towards the end of the first half here with Moses Simon, who finds the back of the net, and the pressure we put on become too much for Lens as we score with the final kick of the first half, and that's a crucial goal to score by Moses Simon. Lens going straight up to attack in the second half here. The shot is blocked by Otavio. They win the ball back. Thovin to Sangare, who looks for his second, but Encambadio saves it. Satriano to Thovin. Lens are not giving up here. They have been much better in the second half. Here Satriano, the At is intercepted by Coco, who also is showing his class a little bit right there, even though we have conceded a game already. But he's been pretty alright. But this time around he is completely out of position. And Sima scores, and Lens are back in the lead. After the former Brighton player, I do believe, scores his 4th goal of the season. Atta finds Musa, Kebal making a run down the right hand side, but Musa goes himself back to Atta. Atta looking to find Tel, but Kebal wins it. Kebal, what can you do? Look for Tel in the middle, but Medina is stood in the way. And Cambadio can start a counter-attack here to Simon, who's got a lot of pace. He finds Tel. Tel has Atta with him. Atta back to Tel. Tel to Moses Simon. Can he score his 2nd of the game? Simon does so. And it's the 5th goal in just 6 games for the experienced left winger in League A. He scored so many times on this stage, and he do so again, and this time a brilliant finish with his weaker foot. Lance looking for a potential winner here. Sima passes it to Chavez. Chavez to Sima, who has a brilliant finish, but then Cabadio with a good save. Thovin with the cross, headed out by Otavio. Lance kinda have one last chance. Sima with another good attempt, thankfully inches wide. Musa to Ikone. Ikone to Atta. We have the chance here to have a winner. Ikone, he cuts inside. He tries it himself straight at Coffin. That was the chance. It's game over. The game finishes 2-2. We take the point, but we could have had a late winner. But that game, or that draw there, actually sees us climb the table a little bit up to 6th place now. And it's good to see that Nkabadio is getting the game time over Kevin Trapp as well, who has now gone down to 78 rating, while Nkabadio is now up to 78 rating. So it's good to see that our young French talented goalkeeper is now getting the starts he deserves as well. While we can see Tel and Simon has both have 2 brilliant starts to the season, with both getting 5 goals, 1 assist. Atta getting 4 assists and 1 goal as well. And Musa from right back, 1 goal and 1 assist. Another battle against PSG is on the way. And as we can see, they are still leading the league. We are now 9th in the league, but we are still around the places for qualification for Conference League at least. We want to qualify for Europe this season, of course. But we can't afford to drop too many points, because if Strasbourg get away from us, or Lens, for example, then we will just be able to fight for the 8th position. There are a little bit of a gap to the Conference League and European League spots, so we can't drop too many more points. But then it's not ideal that PSG are up next, who are unbeaten in the league so far. So it would be absolutely fantastic if we can be the team that ends their unbeaten run in League A. PSG are the first team to attack this game. Fabian Ruiz to Hakimi. What can Hakimi do? Otavio intercepted, but Hakimi wins it back. But we loses the ball again. Fabian Ruiz is chaos at the back, but thankfully we can get control of the ball. And we just give PSG the ball. They are not ideal from Simon. Doué cuts inside, he gets past Tanguy. He finds Ousmane Dembele, and Cambadio shows exactly why we trust him to be our number 1 this season. Another attack here, Vitinha. Good block by, I don't even know who that was. Was it Sal Coco? It was Coco indeed. Kvaratskhelia down the left. He finds Vitinha, who of course scored against us in the previous season. Another brilliant tackle by Coco. And now we can use the little bit of pace Kebal has. Look at Musa joining the attack. Can Musa get the ball? Atta finds Musa. Musa back to Arthur Atta. And we have taken the lead with a perfect counter-attack against PSG. And Atta finishes off a perfect move. And Musa showing exactly why we spent half of our budget on him and converted him to a right back. Look at that run. That pass by Atta is brilliant to find Musa, who finds Atta again, who has no issues finding the empty net. And Musa have been just phenomenal this season. Lemelo, good ball to Matisse Tel. Tel just keeps the ball here, looking to find Musa, who looks to shoot himself. We are keeping up the tempo here after our corner kick. Lemelo to Otavio. To Moses Simon, who is offside. The Desire Doué has a lot of space behind Sangui here, who tries to tackle him. Doué gets past him, but Otavio with a crucial tackle inside the box. Maxi Lopez to Tel. Atta, who's already scored today. Arthur Atta against Chevalier. Atta can't find the back of the net. A good save by Chevalier, but Atta should have done better right there. We keep it up. Back to Atta, to Musa. Atta, back to Musa. Can we create something from this attack? We cannot. Sabarni clears. Musiala against our defense. Ousmane Dembele can shoot with both of his feet, of course, so we need to be careful. Same for Kvaratskhelia. He just dribbles, finds Vitinha. Vitinha shoots, Vitinha scores, and PSG have equalized with a goal from Vitinha. Kebal to Lemelo, who tries his luck outside the box. An alright attempt by our captain, I do believe he is. I don't really know how much risk I want to take in the last 20 or 15 minutes of this game. As we saw, we took a risk there, we lost the ball. I would say I would be very happy with just getting a point here away from home against PSG, but when we lose the ball like where we did, we know PSG is the most dangerous team in the world to score from those, and Kvaratskhelia shows that, and this one sucks. There were no need to lose the ball there, and PSG are back in the lead, or in the lead actually for the first time this game. And once again we lost the ball in a stupid place in the midfield, where we really were under no pressure. Dembele with the cross to Dowie, Desire Dowie to Vitinha, Vitinha to Fabian, and brilliant save by Cambadio again. He has definitely not let us down today. Can we create something here? Matisse Tell looks to find Kebal, but that pass is awful from Tell. And this is game over unless PSG want to score another one here. They can't. That's game over. We lose to our rivals PSG 2-1. I might as well just give PSG the title already. 14 games, 12 wins, 2 draws. They are leading the league with 7 points already, despite under half of the games being played. So yeah, hopefully another time PSG. We will definitely be the best team in Liga, just you wait. And we have had some good form in the cup. As we can see, we are now in the semi-finals of Coupe de France. And look at that, if we beat Stade Rennais, we will be in the final against Monaco. So PSG are nowhere to be seen. Where did they get knocked out? Let's find out. PSG, they actually got knocked out in the round of 32 to Montpellier. So we have a golden chance here to win the first trophy of the save, with that being Coupe de France. But first we have to beat Stade Rennais, and if we do that, we then have Monaco. So it's still far away. It's definitely not an easy trophy to win with Monaco and Stade Rennais left. However, we see that Stade Rennais are just 3 points above us in the league, so we are definitely not a much worse team than them, and we have scored 48 goals compared to their 39, but they have a better defense. But we are now enjoying some good form, as we are in the Conference League spot in the league as well, and there are some points down to Nice, who are outside of any qualification to European football. But yeah, we have 2 chances now, one being the league and the second one being Coupe de France, and PSG are absolutely destroying the league. Thankfully, they will not go unbeaten. And Kebal has actually started to score a lot of goals for us as well. 7 in the league and 4 in Coupe de France. Matisse Tell, 14 in the league. So he is one of the main reasons we are doing as well as we are in the league. And look at Arthur Atta, up to 80 rating, 8 goals, 9 assists in all competitions. He was just a fantastic signing. And Musa as well, 5 goals, 5 assists from that right back spot. What a signing he was this summer as well. And Coco as well has played every single game, which is fantastic, and is now up to 80 rating. But now let's get into the semi-final of Coupe de France, which will be against Stade Rennais. Stade Rennais looking to get the first chance of the game here. James, the former Cardiff player, actually finds Ouattara. Back to Rongier. To James again. I think at least that's the one who played for Cardiff. I have no idea why I just took that up. It's a bit random, but they are playing good here. James shoots, Melo blocks, and now the counter-attack. Counter-attack FC. Moses Simon to Matisse Tell. Can he give us the dream start in the semi-final? He do. Matisse Tell smashes it with kind of a volley in the back of the net with his weaker foot, and he sends Paris FC into the lead towards the Coupe de France final. And Stade Rennais losing the ball in a horrible position, and we can definitely take advantage of that. Kebal looking to find Atta, who goes for the wrong decision to try and shoot it there. Maxime Lopez to Matisse Tell, who's looking for his brace, but not the greatest of attempts, and Samba managed to keep that outside of the net. Atta to Simon, who tries his luck. An alright attack, I guess, but if Samba would have conceded that, then we would have got a free ticket to the final. Tara, back to James, to Rongier. It looks like they will calm things down here, Stadrena, but they may maybe look for the cross, or maybe not. They are passing it to Mbolo, the former Wonder Kid, to Lepol, back to Otara. They just are not gonna shoot there. No one wants to take the risk because we have a brilliant goalkeeper in goal in Encampadio. So everyone are scared of shooting. Maybe they will shoot soon. Rongier, we just can't win the ball here. Stadrena playing some crazy beautiful football, but if it won't result in any shots, then there's no point of passing it like madmans. Marzucic, Kamara, Lepol shoots, he hits the bar, and thankfully we can get it out. Atta Kebal cuts inside, shoots, almost scores. Good shot there by Kebal, using his strength on the weaker foot, no, on his left foot, sorry. Kamara for Stadrena, they are definitely in more of control once again, passing it all around, but Lepol to Mbolo, a huge block by Musa. The corner to Ro, we can clear it, Sangui clears it, but they are not giving up here, Stadrena. They are all over us at the moment. Brasier to Roa, however you pronounce his name. Marusic, the former Lazio player, goes inside the box. He gets past everyone, but he still doesn't take the shot. That could have been a big mistake. Mbolo and Campadio again. And we just need to use our pace. Kebal gets the ball, crosses it to Tell. Matisse Tell. Brice Samba saves. Tell on the rebound. And it's an own goal by Brice Samba. And we are on the way to Coupe de France final, as we are just counter-attacking this game. Yes, Stadrena is a good team on the ball, but they are pushing many men forward. That means we have space, and when we score goals like that, it will be difficult for them. Lemelo to Matisse Tell, finds Kebal, who tries the shot with his weaker foot this time. And Samba with another save, and he didn't actually manage to score an own goal this time around. Mbolo to James, James with a horrible pass, and that looks like it will be it. And that is it for the semi-final in Coupe de France. Paris FC will take part in the final, which will be against AS Monaco. It's one last game of the season, and we will just quickly go through our road to the final. By the way, we have finished 7th in the league, so we will qualify for the qualifications for Conference League, no matter how the Coupe de France final ends. But we have a final at Parc the Prince against AS Monaco. We are the home team, as we can see here, which doesn't matter at all really, but let's go through our journey to the Coupe de France final. We won against Saint-Etienne 2-1, then we had Metz up next. We beat 3-0 away from home. Our quarterfinal opponents was Strasbourg, who we won 2-0 against, and then in the semi-final we knocked out Stade Rennais, and now we have Monaco in the final. So a very impressive run in terms of not conceding a single goal in the round of 16 quarterfinals or semi-finals, but we of course conceded to Stade Rennais, but who cares? We have gone 3 games in a row without conceding a goal. Monaco up next. If we don't concede, then I will be very happy, because that means we will at least go to a penalty shootout. But Monaco in Coupe de France final, come on, Paris FC. And if we could win our first trophy at Parc des Princes, that would be absolutely fantastic, because that is of course PSG's home ground, which every Coupe de France final gets played at, if I were to guess, just like the FA Cup in England, where it gets played at Wembley. But to win the first trophy here would be perfect, but still 85 minutes left to go before we can lift any trophies. It's Musa joining the attack. Kebal finds Musa back. Oh, it's a good tackle by Keherer. Minamino finds Golovin in the middle. Golovin looks to find Mavisa. Good save in Cambadio. Tyler Adams to Mika Bireth. I didn't even know who that was, but we won the ball at least. Now we can counter-attack again, which is one of our biggest strengths in this Paris FC team, simply because of this man pace right here. Matisse tells straight at Haradeki. Minamino goes inside to the left back. We win it, but they keep it again. Lamine, he finds El Karouni to Golovin. Golovin, can he get a shot off? He can't. El Karouni back to Adams. Adams to Akleuche. We can't stop him. And Campadio yet again. The corner, Kamawisa, he wins it to Mika Bireth, who shoots, and yet again, Encabadio with a brilliant stop. And look at the space Simon has on the other flank. He gets the ball by Atta. He can control it. He finds Lopez. Lopez, what can you do? He finds Atta. Atta to Musa. Musa with a poor pass to Kebal, and we can't stop Minamino there either. And that is the first half done, and when we look at the stats, Monaco has by far been the best team. As we can take a look at the shooting stats here, they had 6 shots, 5 on target. We have just had a single shot. So there is one reason we are still in this game, and that is because of our goalkeeper Encabadio, who we can see here have a 10.0 match rating so far. So he is definitely carrying us in this final so far. We need to step up in the second half. Akliuche gets a lot of space here to Mika Bireth, to Minamino, and this time Encabadio can't stop it. And yeah, we have not stepped up in the second half, which means Monaco take a well-deserved lead thanks to Minamino. Moses Simon, no one goes on him. He passes it to Atta. Atta shoots. Radecki saves. The corner kick by Lopez. Can it find the header of someone? It can't, but Lemelo, what are you doing? That is just a simple pass. Lemelo with an absolute horrible decision here to take a fancy pass, but Kebal wins it, which means Simon can get the ball. Moses Simon gets it. Can he find Tell in the middle? It's a brilliant pass, but Tell can't reach it. Atta. Kebal makes the run. Kebal cuts inside. He looks to find Lopez, but we can't find the final pass once again. Mathis Tell with a perfect ball to Simon. It could be now or never, but it is now. Moses Simon in the 77th minute scored the equalizer, and after we went down to Monaco, we have been the better team, which is fantastic to see, but there's still a lot left of the game. We need to continue with the form we currently are in this match. We got the momentum, we need to keep it on. Could we do the impossible in the last minute here to absolutely make the perfect comeback in the last few minutes? Kebal, no! That was it. That was the script. We could have done it, but no. We have to go to extra time instead, unless AS Monaco manages to get something from this one. Good stop, Otavio. Extra time it is. Kebal Lesmelo. He tries the shot. A decent attempt actually. But yeah, there's not really been too much happening in the extra time apart from this shot from Lemelo, who is, yeah, straight at the goal and over. Not ideal. Kebal down the right hand side. What can he do? He finds Atta, who tries his luck straight at Radecki. Monaco pushing for that last chance. Mika Bireth. Otavio with yet another crucial interception. And that is it. The Coupe de France is going to a penalty shootout. It's Mathis Tell up first against Radecki. Mathis Tell, he scores. And Cambadio has been a hero in the first 120 minutes. Can that continue in the penalty shootout? Not yet. Moses Simon, the experience. Can that be a good factor here? Yeah, no it isn't. It hits the post. I thought that went in. And now Akliuche, Monaco's talent, can give them the lead. Cambadio goes the right way. Lopez, can you score? Lopez, Radecki saves. And it's not going the right way for us. Monaco can take a 3-1 lead now. They do. And now we need to score the rest of the penalties, while Cambadio saves the rest. Lemelo, he goes left. Radecki saves it. And we have lost the Coupe de France final on penalties. And Cambadio did everything he could in the regular time and in extra time. However, Radecki was the hero in the penalty shootout. It sucks that it isn't us that are lifting the Coupe de France. It would have been a perfect end to season number 2. Instead, Monaco won, and I got to say it's a deserved win. So congratulations to AS Monaco. So that's 2 seasons in a row now where we have ended the season in a pretty bad way. Last season we of course lost 4 out of 4 last games in the league, which cost us European football, and this time around we lost the Coupe de France final on penalties to AS Monaco. But thankfully we still will get European or Conference League qualifications for the Conference League. So yeah, we need to go or through a couple of rounds there, I guess, or maybe just one. But hopefully we will be in the Conference League phase going into season number 3 here at Paris FC. But all in all, a good season in the league. We were where we wanted in the top 7 and just a single point above from Europa League spot, as Stade Rennais had the same amount of points as us, and there were a little gap to Stade Brest. But yeah, hopefully next time is even better. We have progressed well this season, although that Coupe de France loss in the final hurts really bad. But what's looking very good in the team is that Encabadio has gone up to 80 rating. Was definitely the right decision to let him be the starting goalkeeper this season. He has just been phenomenal. Coco as well is 80 rated. His stats are looking even better now, and Musa as the right back has also been phenomenal. Otavio grown well, same for Sangui. Lemelo is on his way down, so we need to find a new midfielder. If that's a new defensive midfielder, or if I will maybe convert... No, I will actually find a new defensive midfielder, maybe a central midfielder as well for Lopez. And also potentially a right or a left winger will be needed as well, depending on our budget. But yeah, Tell up to 85 rating is just very good. So we definitely have found our striker. And then Cambadio got 13 clean sheets in his first season as a starter here at Paris FC, while also getting 2 assists. Sangui has gone up 4 ratings and also got 2 assists. Dismet scored a goal. Chergui got 1 goal and 1 assist from very limited game time as a center back. Coco played most of the season, which is good. 6 goals and 6 assists from Yunus Musa is fantastic. 3 goals, 1 assist from Lemelo, 1 goal from Duché. Lopez scored 5, got 1 assist. Marchetti got an assist, and Arthur Atta 9 goals, 10 assists from him is very good. 1 goal from Camara, 7 goals, 4 assists from Simon, who started the season off with like 5 goals in his first 6 games. So yeah, we probably need a new left winger as well, because he then scored 1 in his last 24 games of the league. Kebal 15 goals, 2 assists is good, and 22 goals, 3 assists from Tell is fantastic, and Gebel scored 3 goals and got 1 assist. And that's it for season number 2 here at Paris FC. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe while you are down there, and I will talk to you guys next time.